All right, here we are. The rematch. Fritz versus Alcaraz. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. I'm a little bit... I don't love that it's so quick after what we just saw in the Laver Cup. I kind of wish we had a little bit more time between matches. A little bit more time to both players to go away, play some tennis, come back. But this will be a good test for Fritz to test out whether or not he listened when he beat Alcaraz a couple weeks ago. Let's see if he's... How much does it mean for his confidence, for his game going forward against this man? Because we all know that Alcaraz wasn't his best that day. A lot of people discounting that as a win, which is ridiculous. Fritz is definitely counting that as a win, and he'll tell you about it every time he plays in the rest of history that he beat Carlos Alcaraz. So, we'll see. We'll see whether or not, if the style that Fritz played, if that helps him in making this match competitive again. By the way, people forget that at Wimbledon, it almost went 5, and Fritz played Alcaraz then. Now, there was no excuse that Alcaraz wasn't healthy in the Wimbledon or anything like that. So, let's see. I'm really interested to see how Fritz plays. I don't really care about what Alcaraz does because we know what he's going to do. We know how he plays, how good he is. I don't really care what he does. He can do whatever he wants, right? He'll play better. We know that. I'm really interested to see how Fritz plays. And I'm going to be focusing on his play and how he defends and how he attacks. Does he come to the net like he did against Alcaraz? Does he serve as big as he did? Like, those are the things that we're going to see coming from Fritz, because it's all on Fritz. This matchup relies on Fritz being the same guy as the Laver Cup. If Fritz doesn't play anything like that, it's not going to be anywhere near the result. So, really keen to see how what Fritz took out of that win and what he can maybe try and do in this one. Alcaraz does have an ankle problem, but it didn't really affect him against Ruud. So I don't think we can say the ankle is at the moment. It might, maybe it does flare up, but I don't think we can use the ankle as a reason why Fritz is winning, right? Unless Alcaraz falls over and something happens. But I don't think we can. I don't think it's as bad as it was in the first match, right? Because he played against Ruud and he didn't look sore at all. So, but let's see. Let's see if Fritz can do it again. Can he shock the world twice in a row? Well, shock the world, shock Europe twice in a row. All right. Also got Medvedev versus Tien. Winner plays Sinner. We'll talk about that as well as it happens. But of course, this will be our focus. This is the most important match on the planet right now. Also, thank you for sticking around. I know it's been a long, long day. I feel it too. But I'm here right with you. I've been here since the start. We stick around. And we ride. What if Fritz makes him play injured side by having Alcaraz run wide? Well, he should. I mean, if Alcaraz got an injury, Fritz should try and use that to his favor. Obviously. Right? 1,000,000%. They're just warming up the serves, and then we'll get this started. All right. Here we go. Fritz is going to have to pretend Agassi's on the sideline as well. I think that's definitely a factor. He's going to have to just replay those Agassi moments where he was doing flips and shit. Not literally. Oh, that would have been wild if he did a backflip. All right. Last few serves, and then we will get underway. And things will commence. I don't know who's serving first, but I'll tell you in a second. All right, Fritz won the toss, elected to serve. No surprise. The first game of this match is super crucial. I think Fritz has had a really bad record against Alcaraz. I think he got broken in the first game of the Wimbledon match, and that's what he put it down to. Like, if I didn't get broken in that first game, I would have played better. I would have maybe have won that match. I think he believes that in himself. But let's see. Let's see if Fritz can get off to a good start in this final. Now, Fritz did win this title a couple of years ago. Some of you might remember. A couple of years ago, he won this title, so he has lifted this trophy before. And Alcaraz is trying to at least save the points that he would lose from Beijing by not playing that. So basically, just substitute the points. Right? He didn't get to defend in Beijing, but by winning Tokyo, it's the same thing. Yeah. All right, I've got Alcaraz in a close straight sets, but I'm really interested to see how Fritz does. Good serve out wide. Alcaraz gets it back. Fritz forehand inside out. Alcaraz slice. Fritz comes to the net already and wins the point. That's a good sign for Fritz. That's a good attitude. I like it. 15 love. That's good. But see, the thing is, chat, I don't care if he does it at love all in the first point of the match. I want to see him do that and see if he has the guts to do that at 5-all in the tiebreak or whatever, right? He can do a first point of the match, that's great, but also, is he going to do it when it matters? Because that's going to be the difference. It's not easy. Not when his default setting is stay back and rally. As Alcaraz hits a winner, 15-all. Alcaraz with a shake of the fist. And you know Alcaraz is that loss is burning inside. You know it. Even though, it was an exhibition. You know that Alcaraz knows that was a loss. And he took that L and he's like, I'm not going to let that happen. He knows. That's in Carlos's head. 30-15. Nice ace down the tee. You know that Carlos is wanting to reverse that result as quickly as possible. 30-15. And Fritz serves again. That's a fault. Second serve. Double fault Fritz. Oof, no. None of that. 30-all. As the return goes out by Alcaraz. Good serve, Fritz. 40-30. By the way, something that we didn't mention. This court favors Fritz a lot more than the Laver Cup. Laver Cup was slow. This is not a slow court. This is, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's probably a medium to medium fast. Definitely not on the medium to medium fast level. So it's a lot faster than what they would have played at the Laver Cup. Laver Cup was slow or slower, which should favor Fritz, right? His serve should be have a bit more on it, with the court pace. As with a forehand from Alcaraz, that goes wide and it's 1-love Fritz. It's a medium fast. Well, yeah. So I don't know exactly what the Laver Cup was. If it was a slow, or medium, but this is definitely a faster court, which should favor Fritz. At least give Fritz some more confidence because the game that... but then again, this is the problem though, right? Is that if Fritz is relying on the court surface to give him some extra help, he might not go for the shots like he did. Because the problem with the Laver Cup, or the good part for the Laver Cup, was that Fritz felt the need to be even more aggressive, right? He might not feel that need today. Does that make sense? Like, he might not feel the need to go for it as much because the court might help him, but he still needs to go for it. Like, he needs to play like that. I don't care if the court's fast or slow. Fritz needs to play like that every time. You know what I mean? Like, he might just be like, oh, I'll let the court do the work, and then might back off. That's not how he's going to win this. Or not even going to be competitive, He's going to have to play just as aggressive as if it's a slow hard court. As with a 4 from Alcaraz, that's a winner. 15 love. 15 love. And Alcaraz serves again. First serve the fault, second serve. Wonder if he had a chat to Andre. I'll tell you this. I don't know if he had a chat to Andre, but I reckon Andre had a chat to him. I reckon Agassi, if not a chat on the phone, at least a message. I reckon Andre would have been like, hey Taylor, you know what to do. We did this last week. Do it again. Like, I reckon Andre would give. I don't think Fritz doesn't seem the kind of guy that would be searching for advice. At least not, not from outside his camp. But I reckon Andre would have sent him a message or something and said, hey, do it again. You know what to do, Just give him that a little bit of confidence to say, you got this. Because I feel like Andre would be the type to message and say that, Just give him that little bit of confidence. If he didn't need it already, right? That reassurance. Even if Fritz didn't pick up the phone and call, I reckon Andre still would have been like, hey, you got this. And I hope if Fritz does win this, which is a long way away as Alcaraz hits it wide, it's 30-all. I hope in the press conference they ask him, hey, did you talk to Andre before the match? Like, that would be a great insight. Even if he loses Fritz, I hope the press conference they ask him whether or not he talked to Andre before. So if you're in the press conference and you're watching this right now, ask that question, please, for the love of all of us. We want to know. That's a very important question. Anyways, first serve a fault by Alcaraz. Fritz has a chance to get a break here. Second serve, Alcaraz. Into the back of Fritz. Return. Into the front of Alcaraz. Fritz with a forehand. Inside out. Great shot. Alcaraz gets with the backhand. Fritz forehand cross. Alcaraz gets it. Fritz backhand cross. Alcaraz is there as well. Fritz with a forehand again. Alcaraz backhand down the line. Goes long. I tell you, Fritz, he's playing well to start this match. 30-40. He's pushing Alcaraz. 30-40. Definitely putting on that pressure. $30-40. He's not letting Alcaraz run with these rallies. As Alcaraz serves a fault. Fritz has got to take opportunities. Second serve. Serving the back of Fritz. Backing out Alcaraz down the line. Great shot. Too good. Too good. Deuce. Too good by Alcaraz. Didn't even hit it that hard. Just kind of a guide down the line. Such a solid backhand down the line. I mean, backhand down the line is not an easy shot. And Alcaraz made that look so simple. All right, deuce. And Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. Serving the back of Fritz. Forehand from Alcaraz again. The forehand of Fritz. As Alcaraz backhand cross court. Fritz gets it. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Fritz backhand again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. It's Fritz. Cross court forehand. Alcaraz gets on the stretch. Fritz down the cross court. Goes wide. I nearly thought down the line. I thought he was going to go. He tricked me, but he missed it. Advantage to Alcaraz. Now, it wasn't far off, though. And again, Fritz being ultra aggressive. This is a good sign for Fritz. He is playing positive. All right, advantage Alcaraz. As the return goes in the front of Alcaraz, he hits a drop shot. It's too good. Too good, Carlos. 1-1. Alcaraz holds. 1-1. All right. 1-1. Back to Fritz. What if Carlos called Andre? Lol. Andre would have sent a voicemail. 1-0. Great forehand inside out by Fritz. He would have seen the phone. He would have been like, busy. I'm busy. Oh, it's Carlos Alcaraz on the phone. Steffi picks up. Yeah, I'll just get him. Hey, Andre, it's Carlos Alcaraz on the phone. What? You busy? Oh, sorry, Carlos. Can't come to the phone right now. He's busy. Yeah. He's not here right now. Sorry. Now Grizzly's like, I don't want to talk to that guy. He's on the other team. Steffi's European, though, so it's a bit of a conflict of interest. I don't know. It's a bit awkward at the dinner table. 30 love. She's from Germany. I mean, that's team. She bleeds blue. Anyway, it's 30 love. Drop shot from Fritz. Alcaraz going to get that with a slice winner down the line. 30-15. 30-15. Yeah, Steffi's like, oh, he's not here right now, but I'll tell you what to do. I won 23 Grand Slams. I'll help you. What do you want? What help do you want? Yeah, Steffi's on the other team. Steffi's out here helping. She's out here helping Team Europe. This is crap. Don't let Andre know. 30-15. Backhand goes into the backhand of Fritz. Alcaraz with the drop shot. Oh, man, that's too good. Fritz gets there, but Alcaraz puts up a lob. And then a tweener by Fritz, but Alcaraz volleys. Oh, Fritz gets it with a slice. Oh, it's out. Jeez, Fritz almost stole that point. 30-0. 30-0. Good pickup by Fritz, but he had to rely on an Alcaraz error, I think, if he was going to get that point, or some sort of a miracle. Decent tweener, though. Fritz is a decent tweener. Definitely knows how to hit a tweener. 30-0. Seven to the backhand is a fault. Uh-oh. All right, return. Goes in the net. Good second serve by Fritz. All right, 40-30. And the return goes in the corner. Fritz. And Fritz crushes the forehand winner. Okay. And it's 2-1 Fritz. He hangs on to the lead. All right. As your team world, I guess your team Fritz. I'm actually a citizen of the tennis. I'm team tennis, so. Tien's already up a double break 3 love. Fair enough. You put your life savings on Alcaraz. That sucks. Or it's great. Good luck, maybe. Fritz definitely has more confidence compared to normal. Oh yeah. Good answer. It's a correct answer though. Like if Fritz wins, great. If Alcaraz wins, great. If I don't care. Like I'm more interested about how the match is played. I don't care who wins. I'm just more interested in how the match goes, right? And how it's played. You know? I'm way more interested in that than the winner or loser. That's just I'm way more interested in how it works. And how it goes, right? How they get to the win. You care, stop it. You're right. You're obviously you know more about what I'm thinking than I do. 2-1 Fritz. He's hanging on to the lead. But he did have a chance to break in that last game. Stop projecting, yeah. Just because you put a bad bet on or whatever you did. What'd you do? It's not my fault you put your house on. What did you say? Life savings? I was going to make a joke about your life savings, but it's not my business. 2-1. As a backhand return now into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Fritz. Goes in the net. And it's 15-love. Hey, Bashful, why do you have 2 accounts? That's what I want to know. 15-love. As Alcaraz serves again. Into the forehand of Fritz. Return goes long. 30-love. Alcaraz serves again. A fault second serve. As we go back and slice by Alcaraz. He kind of thought it was going wide, but Fritz got it back. 4-4 rally, and then Alcaraz hits a winner. 40-love. 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 I'm just going to say this once. If anyone's coming in here and they don't like Alcaraz or Fritz and they're going to come in here and just be a dick, we're not going to tolerate that because we were enjoying this match. So if you're going to come in here and say like, oh, Alcaraz sucks and blah, 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 come back tomorrow. We don't want you. All right. As the backhand rally, Fritz goes down the line. Great shot. 4 now from Alcaraz on the stretch. Fritz gets it back. Up goes a lob by Alcaraz and then Fritz with a smash winner. Great rally by Fritz. 40-15. So yeah, so just keep your comments to yourself. You can watch, but just relax because nobody cares. You don't like Alcaraz? Don't watch him. 40-15. Alcaraz to level is set. As he serves a fault second serve. As with a 4-4 rally. Great shot, Fritz. Alcaraz slices it back. And then Fritz with a drop shot, but Alcaraz is there with a backhand. Fritz with a slice. Alcaraz with a volley. In the nets! Too casual on Alcaraz's volley. 40-30. I tell you though, Fritz is playing a high level on the ground strokes. He's hitting the ball nice and aggressive. Alcaraz, by the way, is just chilling. I don't know what's going on. Alcaraz going to get a time violation if he doesn't hurry up. He's going to get one. He doesn't care. Yeah, Alcaraz is like, I'll take the time violation. Alcaraz is breathing heavy. And he's taking the extra time at this point. That's kind of crazy. Alcaraz is kind of tired. 40-30. Like, he just kind of looks at the umpire and is just like, whatever, give me the violation. I don't care. Alcaraz needed the extra breathing space. Anyways, 40-30. Yeah, Alcaraz looking a little tired after that rally. Serve into the forehand of Fritz. Return gets forehand of Alcaraz. Fritz back, forehand. Into that backhand of Alcaraz is Fritz. Backhand again, the backhand of Alcaraz. Fritz. Another backhand. Alcaraz with a drop shot. Oh, that's a lovely drop shot. Fritz gets it. And then Alcaraz backhand lob. It's too good. That's the combo. 2-2. 2-2. Lovely hitting by Carlos. As soon as he hits that drop shot was just so silky. 2-0. 2-2. Penalty for time violation. So the next time it happens, he will lose his first serve. He's allowed to be tired. Why does this always happen? Please don't be like that. Alcaraz is tired. He's allowed to be. Leave the man alone. He's allowed to be tired. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's played a lot of tennis. Be nice. Please don't do that. Come on. See, if I do it, sounds annoying when I do it. Come on. That goes out by Fritz, love 15. You don't need to support him that hard, all right? Support him, love him, but let's not. That's a little too far. That's one too far, all right? Getting upset over someone making an observation is crazy. He looks tired. How dare you? Fritz looks tired? Ah. Love 15, double fault, Fritz. Love 30. Love 30. I don't want to have to put members only mode on, so please, everybody just needs to lock in a little. Because I don't want to be distracted by moderating. As a return goes in the forehand of Fritz. That's a good shot down the line. Slice from Alcaraz goes into the backhand of Fritz. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. It's Fritz with the forehand down the middle. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Winner. Clean. Love 40. Love 40. Alcaraz to get the break. All right. Good serve, Fritz. Return goes out by Alcaraz, 15-30. 40, sorry. Tennis players have their off day, so does Cam. That's a lie. How dare you? Never had an off day in my life. Never had a bad stream in my life. What are you talking about? I never had an off day. When did I have a day off? You tell me. When was the last time I had a day off? I haven't had a day off for months. 15-40. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. As a return from Alcaraz to the backhand of Fritz. Alcaraz backhand into the backhand of Fritz. To the backhand of Alcaraz in the nets. 30-40. 30-40. All right. Still a break point for Alcaraz to take the break. All right. Serve again. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Goes into the forehand of Fritz. Alcaraz backhand. Again to the forehand of Fritz. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fritz with the forehand of the stretch. Alcaraz drop shot. No, it's a slice. Oh, he hit it long. He went for that drop shot fake. And then tried to hit the deep slice, but he overhit it. Deuce. Yeah, it's been interesting the last couple of matches. Just against Ruud and against Fritz right now, he's just lacking a little bit of polish, Alcaraz. He's definitely hitting some great shots, but there's still some of the shots that we know he never misses. He is missing a little bit. As he comes in there with a volley, Fritz is going to get there with a backhand, and then a volley in the net by Alcaraz. Like that, right? He doesn't usually lose those points. It's just a little, I don't know. He's just not as sharp as he has been the last two matches. Now, granted, he's played two of the best players on the planet in the last two matches, right? But he's just missing some shots that we don't see him miss. It could be because he's playing some really good opponents and really tough opponents. It could be because of the ankle. It could be because he's tired, because he's played a lot of tennis this year. It could be because of a lot of things. But it's just something I've noticed. I don't know why, but it's just something that he's just lacking a little bit of that Alcaraz, it's only by a couple of centimeters he's missing on some of these shots, right? It's not like he's wildly missing into the crowd. But he's just missing some of those shots that he doesn't miss. Yeah, just a little bit, lacking a little bit of sharpness. He's a little bit, I don't know what, again, I don't know why. You can name 5 things, but he's just got a little bit of It might be the conditions. Maybe it's because he's playing on a quicker court. Maybe it's because by the way, he's complaining to the umpire as well. So he's already getting chatty to the umpire. He's saying that, like, he's talking about to the umpire about the time violation. Alcaraz is not happy. He's not happy with Fergus Murphy. Wow. Alcaraz is dismissing the umpire, being like, nah, you wouldn't know. I don't want to, like, you wouldn't know. Man, Alcaraz is not having a good night. Alcaraz he is not having fun. Yeah, Alcaraz is not having, he's going off in Spanish. I mean, Alcaraz is kind of pissed off. He's pissed off at the umpire because the umpire was calling a time violation after a long rally. And Alcaraz is like, well, how am I supposed to get from the net to the baseline to get a towel to then get ready for the serve? So he's a little bit frustrated by the umpiring of the time like the time clock. But yeah, Alcaraz is not having fun. And remember, if he does get another time violation, he will lose a first serve. Good serve down the tee. And it's 15-love. It's rare that you see Alcaraz upset and unhappy out there. And we talked about this yesterday. If anyone could get under his skin, it was the umpire. We didn't even mention that. The umpire giving him time violations. That's how you get under his skin. You have to have the right umpire, I guess, but as Fritz hits it out in the return, 30-love. I tell you, though, this is a crucial time for Fritz because if Alcaraz is looking a little tired, lacking a little bit of that polish, and he's also a little bit unhappy with the umpiring, Fritz needs to take advantage. Fritz needs to put on more pressure to Alcaraz, right? And try and be more, if he can get the serve back, it's an ace. This is where Fritz needs to. This is a chance for Fritz here. While Alcaraz is a little bit distracted, he's thinking about all these other things, Because Alcaraz isn't going to be in this mood for long. He'll play one great rally, crowd go crazy, and he'll smile and point to his ear. Like, it's only going to take 1 point for Alcaraz to snap out of it. 40-love. As Alcaraz serves a double fault, 40-15. Yeah, time violations have made him angry in the past. That's true. He does get annoyed at the that. All right, serve again from Alcaraz, 40-15. Fritz returns in the front of Alcaraz. Fritz can't get that one. Okay, Alcaraz levels, 3-3. 3-all. Alcaraz holds. 3-all. Three. Back to Fritz. He's got to keep holding serve. He has to keep holding serve. That is all he needs to do. And then maybe he gets an opportunity on the returns at some point. Smash from Alcaraz is a win. I love 15. I love 15. As Fritz serves. To the back of Alcaraz. Return goes into the front of Fritz. That's a great shot from Fritz. Lovely forehand winner. 15-all. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand. Double fault Fritz. Oh, no. 15-30. As a return from Alcaraz goes long. 30-all. All. All right, 40-30. As Fritz with a big serve again. Fritz to stay in front. As the backhand return goes back into Fritz. Alcaraz sliced down the line. Fritz is there with a forehand. As Alcaraz backhand down the line again, the forehand of Fritz. Now the forehand of Alcaraz, who has a drop shot. Too good. Fritz had an opportunity there to go cross court, but instead he avoided going to the forehand of Alcaraz, which is not a bad idea, but because Alcaraz on the run with a forehand is psycho, but still, he might have needed to rip it cross court, come to the net, and just hope that Alcaraz doesn't hit a ridiculous shot. But instead, he stayed back and he lost the point anyway. Deuce. As the return goes into the forehand of Fritz. That's a good shot down the line. Alcaraz with a slice. Fritz with a forehand. He hits a wide on the approach. Advantage Alcaraz. Fritz's girlfriend is an annoying pinup. Can you be better and not judge someone on their appearance? Advantage Alcaraz. Or just don't say anything nice if you don't have nothing. If you don't say anything, if you don't have anything nice to say, leave her alone. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Yeah, why do you care about his girlfriend? Just leave her alone. She ain't doing anything wrong. She's just sitting there. Great return from Alcaraz. He comes in there with a volley. Fritz is going to get there with a pass and hit a winner. Fritz survives. A rare Alcaraz error at the net where he just didn't go to the right spot. I mean, Alcaraz could have hit that anywhere and hit it straight to Fritz. So a little bit of a rare fumble by Alcaraz with a volley. I mean, he could have literally hit it anywhere. He could have hit a drop shot. He could have hit it down the line. He could have hit it harder. But instead, he kind of just pushed it to Fritz, and Fritz went, thanks. Deuce. Fritz needs serves. He's lost his first serve. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand for Fritz. Oh, he wrong foots Alcaraz. Alcaraz was going the other way. Inside out backhand from Fritz is too good. Advantage Fritz. Lovely backhand. Fooling Alcaraz. All right, advantage Fritz. Still needs this serve because he keeps hitting a fault. Second serve. As return goes the forehand of Fritz. Fritz is a wide deuce. I'm saying that she brings people to the tennis for the wrong reason, off-bat fashion and bling-bling. Don't be a gatekeeper. Nobody likes a gatekeeper. Come on. Have I ever watched her channel? No, because it's not for me, but I'm not going to discourage... I'm not going to put someone down for trying to promote tennis, even if it doesn't mean it's not the thing that you watch. Don't gatekeep the tennis fandom. There's enough of that going on at the moment. We don't need more gatekeeping. If she does a fashion review and people come and watch her and then watch tennis, that's good for the sport. I don't care what type of fans come in. The hell? Don't be a gatekeeper. Advantage Fritz. As Fritz with a great serve. It comes back from Alcaraz and then Fritz with a smash winner. 4-3. Fritz keeps the lead. All right. Just found this channel. I loved it. And I'm a tennis nerd. Hey, Christian, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Welcome. We are all tennis nerds here, and we are all very interested by this contest. Hey, Addy, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate it. Those who like bling bling are more likely to watch the YouTube videos of her rather than watching actual tennis. Well, whatever. Who cares? If they come and watch tennis as well, that's great. If it helps the sport, if it grows the sport, it helps the sport, then yeah, no one's doing anything bad. Hey, Mailcat, thank you for the 17 months. 17 months of membership and watched Rune 3 times. I hope we watch Fritz Rune in the 4th round. Can you give your man a pep talk? I want to watch more Rune. He keeps losing in the wrong matches. We need Rune to get to the 4th round and play Fritz in Shanghai. I'm sick of waiting for Rune to get to the... we can't watch him. I don't want to watch him lose. So you need to give him a pep talk so that we can watch him play these big boys. And then he can qualify for the ATP finals. Anyways, 4-3. Thank you for the 17 months. And don't worry, we will watch Rune because he will be one of the guys. He's just doesn't get to the matches that we want him to get to watch him. I'm trying. Don't worry, he'll get there and we'll watch him. I hope he plays Sinner next week. I hope he plays Fritz and Sinner next week in Shanghai and beats them both. That'd be great. Hey, ciao from Italy, Stefano. Thank you for joining us. All right, return goes into the forehand, but it's out by Fritz. 15 love. 15 love. As Alcaraz serves a fault, second serve. Serve to the backhand of Fritz, backhand from Alcaraz. Fritz backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fritz to the backhand again. The backhand slice of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Fritz. Alcaraz slice again. Down the line of the forehand of Fritz. Into the Alcaraz backhand. It's Fritz forehand again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz who overhits it. And it's 15-0. Now, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But Fritz broke at 4-3 in the first set in San Francisco, right? Was it this time? Was it around this time in the first set? I'm pretty sure it was, right? It was about 4-3. He got the break and he won the set. I think. 15-0. Now serves a fault, second serve. I can't remember exactly, but it kind of feels like deja vu. And Alcaraz double faults. All right. 15-30. I swear that he did. Now I can have a look. 15-30. Chance for Fritz to get a break point. As a return goes in the net, 30-0. Let me have a look. So Fritz broke at 3-1. Yeah, no, Fritz broke at 3-1. He broke a little bit earlier. Anyways, 30-0. Backhand rally. As Alcaraz backhand. Down the line of the forehand of Fritz. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Fritz backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Again, the backhand of Fritz. Alcaraz backhand down the line. Fritz is going to get over the slice, but it goes in! And then Alcaraz slices it down the line into the backhand of Fritz. Now Alcaraz with the backhand down the line again is a winner. Too good. So yeah, so Fritz broke at... I guess he broke at 2-1? Yeah, he broke at 2-1 and then held on for the rest of the set. So he went up 3-1 and then went from there. By the way, just crazy by Alcaraz. Crazy backhand by Alcaraz. 40-30. And then an ace. All right. 4 games all. I can tell you this much. Alcaraz is playing a lot better. Even though he's not playing like the US Open final level, he's still playing a lot better than he did at the Laver Cup Alcaraz. This is definitely a better version than that. Still not the best Alcaraz we've ever seen, but he's playing a lot better. By the way, both these guys at a 9.2 insights for Tennis Insights by performance, overall performance. Crazy good. These guys are 1 and 5 in the world. They should be good. As Fritz goes wide. On the backhand, love 15. How come I'm not watching Medvedev play? Because I don't want to. Love 15. As the return goes in from Alcaraz, the front of Fritz. Alcaraz backhand to the backhand of Fritz, who hits it down the line for a winner. That's the shot. Fritz is going to have to keep doing that. We know that. What a backhand winner. Risky. Very risky shot. But he got it. Well, it's Yan and Medvedev are at 4-3 in the first set anyway. We're not missing much. All right. Fritz's first serve has disappeared in this match. It feels like he's missed a lot of first serves. All right. As that goes in net by Fritz, 15-30. 15-30. All right. Alcaraz trying to get another break point here. All right. As the return goes back into Alcaraz, final from Fritz down the line in the net. 15-40. Fritz is starting to get annoyed. He knows that the chances are being missed. $15.40. All right. Break points. Good serve out wide. Alcaraz gets it back. Fritz backhand down the middle. Alcaraz with a slice. Fritz comes in with a backhand. Cross-court winner. Beautiful shot by Fritz. Still break point though. 30-40. 30-40. $30-40. Still Alcaraz. As the return goes into the corner, Fritz. Fritz hits it long. Sloppy from Fritz. Just a couple of... I mean, that's all it takes, right? A couple of errors. When Alcaraz is playing well, can't afford to get... to make some errors. And Alcaraz, by the way, is not angry anymore. And he's going to serve the set. Medvedev finally breaks back up to 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm glad we're not watching that. It's like a nightmare. Oh, it sounds like a brutal nightmare, that one. Hey, Nurse, thank you for the 16 months. Appreciate it. All right. Alcaraz serving for the first set. All right. Here we go. Hey, Laura, thank you for the 46 months. Appreciate that. How Alcaraz got the break, Fritz errors, or Alcaraz played well? Bit of both. Bit of both. A little bit of both. Okay. Here we go. Alcaraz serves and Fritz return goes long. 15 love. $15 love. As return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Backing up from Fritz. Goes long. 30 love. All right, 30 love. As Alcaraz serves again. A fault. Second serve. Into the back of the Fritz. Alcaraz forehand. Into the forehand of Fritz. As Alcaraz forehand again. Fritz gets it and hits it down the line. Alcaraz going to get that with the backhand. Fritz forehand again. Cross court winner. Sorry, inside in winner. Inside in winner. Beautiful shot from Fritz. 30-15. $30-15. Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. As Alcaraz with a drop shot. Fritz gets it, but Alcaraz with a volley in the open court. Okay. $40-15. 40-15. Set points, Alcaraz. So in the front of Fritz. Alcaraz with a half volley goes wide. Good return, Fritz. 40-30. $40-30. All right, serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. There's the backhand for Fritz. Goes the backhand of Alcaraz. Fritz with a forehand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. As Fritz forehand cross court in the net. There's the first set. 6-4. All right. 6-4 to Alcaraz. That was an interesting set, though. Fritz didn't play bad. He just didn't serve as well as he needs to, because he needs to serve pretty much untouchable on serve. And there was a couple of errors on the ground when he got broken, but look, we knew this coming in. He was going to play a better Alcaraz than he did at the Laver Cup. Alcaraz was going to play way better. And Alcaraz is playing a lot better. 15 winners and 12 errors. Not amazing, but still better than the Laver Cup. But Fritz needs to be on serve, especially. He needs to get more first serves in and really, he needs to get more free points on serve. Because his serve at 68% is good. Maybe not the first serve. Second serve for sure is something that he's not able to. Really, 68. I thought it felt like less. Then again, maybe he's missing the serve at the important points, which makes it feel like he's missing more first serves. But Alcaraz's only serving 55%, which is wild. But he's winning 88%. See, Fritz, if he's going to get first serves in, he's got to be winning those points at like 75% of the time minimum. Dude, you are playing Carlos Alcaraz with your mind. In your mind, you should be the best out there, like you should be. Why are you writing essays, bro? Why are you writing essays about like how bad Fritz is and shit? Like, I get it. You probably like lost money on him, and that's your fault. So can you stop? It's annoying. This is not like a group therapy session. It's an intervention. Get some help. Yeah, Fritz needs to make more. It's not that he needs to make more first serves. He needs to make the first serves count more. You know what I mean? So he might not need to make every first serve, but he needs, when he gets those first serves in, he needs those first serves to be either short returns or unreturnable, right? So maybe be a bit riskier on the first serve. You know, his second serve is also hasn't been great, his second serve. Medical timeout for Fritz. Yeah, he's got a left thigh issue, it seems. Essays for you to read. Yeah, stop writing essays. Essays are annoying. Nobody likes reading essays. All right. Fritz is getting a medical timeout. All right. He's getting a medical timeout on his... It's like inner thigh. Like it's almost like just above the knee. But yeah. Hey, two, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Appreciate it. Thanks for donating. All right. By the way, we're almost at 300 likes. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. All right. All right, Fritz is just getting a leg. Just some leg treatment on the left leg. All right, let's see if hopefully it doesn't affect his second set. Hopefully he can still play well. I mean, both these guys, everyone's tired. Everyone's tired now. At this time of the season, right? Fans are tired, players are tired. Everyone's tired. All right. Fritz is doing first and the second as well, by the way. All right. All right. Yeah, it's like it's yeah. Not ideal when you're playing Alcaraz to be a little sore. Hey, Rafael, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate that. Are you tired too? Yeah, I'm tired. Everyone's tired. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. All right. Let's see if Fritz can stay in front in the second because the second set is going to be, he needs to stay in front. By the way, great get by Alcaraz, love 15. He's got to hold serve Fritz to stay in front, just to stay in front here because we know that what's going to happen if Alcaraz gets a break. He's just going to start running. Love 15. As Fritz serves a fault, second serve. Serving the backhand of Alcaraz, backhand for Fritz. Goes wide, and it's love 30. Yeah, Fritz is flexing his leg. So he's feeling it. He's flexing his leg. By the way, Chad, just for context, in the match they played at the Laver Cup, Alcaraz was serving at 70% first serves in and 63% of first serve points won. Fritz was 59 first serves in, 80% first serve points, but he was winning 82% of the second serve points as well. So on that day, Fritz's serve was way better than it has been today. And it's been pretty good. I mean, these aren't bad numbers. The second serve isn't good, but Fritz's serve was a lot better at the Laver Cup. And maybe it's because of his leg maybe he's a little sore. Maybe it's just because he's playing a better Alcaraz, so his serve has more pressure on it than it did at the Laver Cup when Alcaraz was giving away a few more points. But yeah, it's the serving of Fritz definitely was better in the Laver Cup. 15-30. As Fritz wins the point. And when Fritz's serve is one of the biggest parts of his game, if that's not top notch, then it's always going to be tough. And he keeps missing these first serves, which will not help. 15-30, second serve. Serve to the back of Alcaraz. Backhand goes long by Alcaraz, 30-all. By the way, Chad, I really hope Fritz doesn't retire this match because I don't want to have to hear the people that are going to say Fritz quit because he was scared, because those people are silly. I don't want to have to hear that. I don't want to have to, deal with that shit. Because that's not the case. Because if Fritz does retire this match, it wouldn't be the worst thing for him long term because, of course, there's bigger fish to fry, right? You got next week in Shanghai, you've got the ATP finals to play if he qualifies. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if his leg's getting worse for him to. I hope he doesn't. I hope he plays out, but to try and risk your leg in a 500 final against Alcaraz when you rather be playing him healthy, and again, you got to think about long-term injury, right? But I hope he plays it out. But again, I hope he doesn't retire so then people don't have a reason to question him again. Alcaraz too strong though. One love break. All right. Alcaraz has the break in the second. Setting a break. All right. 10 safe set point, 5 all against Medi. Cool. Yeah, Fritz is saying he can't put weight on his left leg. Which means how's he going to be able to run this out? He just said that and I don't know if I don't know if his coach said cramp, but yeah, Fritz's leg is bothering him as he hits a massive forehand and Alcaraz hits it long. So yeah, Fritz's leg is a problem. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. As Alcaraz serves again. Into the forehand of Fritz. Alcaraz backhand down the line. Fritz with the slice. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. And that's too good. That forehand is so heavy too. I mean, it just has so much. Like, if you watch Alcaraz's forehand there, it just looks like it's got so much, like, I know power, but it's like, it just looks heavy. Like, it looks like he's just throwing like a boulder at you. Like, you know, like, it's so, like, it's fast, but it's like if you hit that ball, it hurts your arm. Like, if you got that bat, it hurts your arm, you know? Like, it's just got like so much like weight behind it. It's crazy. Like, it just looks like if that hits you, it would hurt, right? 30-15. Like, it's not like Rafa's with the spin and the kick, and it's not really like Rogers, which was kind of like, you know, or even like a Delpo who had a flat forehand. It's just got like this heavy, I don't know, it's weird. It just looks really like, it looks dangerous, right? As Fritz hits the forehand inside out to the slice of Alcaraz, Fritz with the forehand. But he hits the forehand wide, Fritz. And it's 40-15. 40-15. All right. 40-15. And then an ace. All right. Alcaraz 2-love. He consolidates the break. 2-0. All right. All right. Good serve from Fritz that time. 15-love. All right. 15-love. As the backhand return goes the backhand of Fritz. Fritz, it's a winner down the line. 30-love. 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 As Fritz serves again. In the back of Alcaraz, Fritz with a forehand. Winner down the line, 40-love. $40.50. Sorry, 40-love. As a return from Alcaraz, there's a winner, 40-15. That's ridiculous. 40 of a first server, Fritz as well. 40-15. All right, first serve is a fault by Fritz, second serve. As a return from Alcaraz goes back to Fritz, and Fritz in the net. No, Alcaraz hit it wide. 2-1. 2-1 Alcaraz in the second. Poor injured Fritz, rather be... What? Okay. Think the American players have quite a good sense of honor. They tend not to retire. Yeah, but again, I mean, look, if Fritz did retire, you can't fault him because there's so much important tennis left to go this year. Like, you got Shanghai, he's got Paris Masters, which legitimately he could win those tournaments. Like, he has a chance at those tournaments, and the ATP finals. You know, so if this was like the final of Shanghai or the final of Paris, you'd be like, oh man, I hope he doesn't retire. But in a 500 final, when there's a lot more tennis left to go and a lot more important tennis for him, and he's trying to qualify for the ATP final. So what, he plays on, if it got worse and he has to retire from Shanghai, then what? Then he can't, you know what I mean? So I don't think he will retire, and I hope he doesn't. But also, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't think that's bad. I don't think it's a bad thing if he retired. You know? Because you could understand that there's a lot more tennis to go. Now, if he wasn't in the ATP finals race and it was like, let's say, a Medvedev, you'd be like, well, what else has he got to do? I mean, why not play it out? You know, go for it. But because Fritz has got plenty of big tennis left, you know, he got his leg wrapped up, by the way. Yeah, Fritz is hurt. Fritz is legitimately hurt. Fritz doesn't do tactics. But I'll tell you this, chat. I don't know about you, but I need to see them play one more match on an indoor hard court when they're both fit and healthy. Because Alcaraz has got the ankle problem too, right? Both of these guys are not that I'm not convinced that Alcaraz. Look, I said Alcaraz is going to win this. I'm not surprised, and I'm not discounting Fritz's Laver Cup win. That was legitimate to him, and for him, it definitely mattered. And I'm sure this loss, he could probably, in his mind, be like, well, I wasn't feeling my best. But he was still in it. I mean, that first set was competitive as hell. I want to see them play one more time before the end of the year. I want to see them play one more time. Because I think Fritz is onto something. I don't know. He won the match at the Laver Cup. He obviously pushed Alcaraz at Wimbledon. He's done okay today, considering. I want to see them play one more time. Because I think Fritz is... And look, and the thing is, nobody knows how to beat Alcaraz, right? Nobody knows how to consistently beat him. But Fritz seems to know something or have learnt something recently, right? Where you're like, he never gets blown out by Alcaraz. It's always competitive. Now, look, he might lose this set 6-1, and whatever, but you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like Fritz is maybe onto something. I don't know. And I want to see them play again to see whether or not, especially with Fritz, the way that he was playing in that first set was very, very good. I don't know. I just feel like Fritz might be able to uncover something that we didn't know how when players play Alcaraz, right? He might, not that he's going to figure out how to beat Alcaraz and everyone's going to copy him. And Alcaraz is going to, have a problem. But I don't know. Fritz just seems like... Okay, chat, here's a question. Is Fritz consistently the closest... I know Sinner's there too. Maybe it's here's the answer. But do you think that Fritz is the closest... or the toughest opponent for Alcaraz? I don't know. That's a weird thing to say because it's not. It's obviously Sinner. And then you've got Djokovic too, right? I don't know. I don't know I mean, Zverev, you reckon? I don't know about Zverev. Not now. Zverev is not right now for Zverev. Draper's not playing. You can't say name. Don't be saying names that aren't here. Draper, but he's not here for the rest of the year, so not Draper. Draper's not here. As Fritz gets to deuce, because Wimbledon was close to 5 sets, Laver Cup happened, and now this. So, the 3 matches they've played this year have all been competitive. And I know Sinner and Alcaraz have played competitive matches as well, but I don't know. I don't know. Fritz, I don't know what it is about Fritz that I don't know. That's why I want to see them play again. I want to see them play one more time this year. Rune? I don't know. Rune's only played Alcaraz once though. Not Shelton. Shelton's been pretty competitive, but hasn't got a win or anything against Alcaraz. But again, I don't know. I just feel like Fritz is... I don't know if it's something in his game or just the confidence that he... the belief that others don't have against Alcaraz because Alcaraz is unbeatable to them, but Fritz believes. I don't know. Anyways, good serve Alcaraz, back to deuce. I don't know. It just feels like Fritz... Even if he loses this second set, fair enough. But Wimbledon, Laver Cup, and then the first set of this match. Like, Alcaraz hasn't been able to do his own thing. Fritz has been a problem. Alcaraz serves an ace on the tee. Advantage Alcaraz. All right, advantage Alcaraz. As Alcaraz serves again. Into the back of Fritz. Volley from Alcaraz is good. Fritz puts up a lob. But it just goes wide. 3-1 Alcaraz in the second. All right, 3-1. 3-1. All right, back to Fritz. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 15-love. Fritz looks defeated. Yeah, because he's got his leg wrapped up and he feels like he's hampered. He's not, he's hampered. Like, he doesn't feel like, he feels like, well, shit, if I'm, he's probably thinking, well, shit, I can't beat this guy on a good day, let alone, like, playing this guy on a good day is tough. Now I've got to play him with one leg. Yeah, so, great, thanks. So he's probably just like a little frustrated that, that he's played pretty well in this match, and then now he's got his leg wrapped and he's got to worry about that. That goes out by Fritz on the forehand, 15-all. But I don't know. And look, chat, this is what you're going to hear this a lot, right? I'm going to already tell you what's going to happen, right? Alcaraz wins this match. You're going to hear a lot of people saying, the Laver Cup didn't count. Oh, see, told you so. I told you that Alcaraz was better than Fritz. Fritz is not that good. That was a fluke. So many people are going to say that, right? But they also probably didn't watch this match, so they didn't see how competitive the first set was. They didn't see that Fritz can match Alcaraz at sometimes in these matchups, right? I mean, look, tell me you didn't watch the match by telling me you didn't watch the match. Oh, the Laver Cup was a fluke. Yeah, you didn't watch that either, if you're saying that, right? And that's fine. You just read the scoreboards and but Fritz up until 4-all in the first set was very competitive. And he had Alcaraz annoyed and frustrated and angry and whatever. And he wasn't letting Alcaraz dictate the rallies as much as he is now. 15-40. You're also going to hear the other side of things where people are going to say, like, oh, well, Fritz wasn't healthy. His leg was so sore that he couldn't play, and that's why he lost. That's not true. Like, yeah, the second set, Fritz's leg is a problem, but the first set, Fritz's leg didn't seem a problem in the first set until the very end of the set when he got broken. All right, 30-40. Still a chance for Alcaraz here, the double break. But I want to see them play one more time. Because I don't know. Fritz is doing something. He knows something as that goes in the net in the backhand. And Alcaraz is 4-1. And Fritz throws a racket in frustration. But I don't know. There's something. Fritz knows something. Fritz has got something. Like, again, he knew it at Wimbledon too. It wasn't just the Laver Cup that he figured out how to beat Alcaraz. It was, he was 1 point away from 5 sets against Wimbledon, right? So Fritz, and I don't know what it is yet, but I want to see them play one more time this year to kind of see, okay, what does Fritz do that, is it because he serves big? Is it because he's being aggressive? By the way, Fritz hasn't gone to the net at all in this set, I don't think. Because when you've got like a sore leg like that, you don't really want to put weight on it. So coming to the net and like loading up on volleys, like if you ever played tennis for a long period of time and then you've come to the net and played doubles a lot, your legs get real heavy because you're really like this at the net. At least I do, but I'm also unfit. All right, double break though, 4-1. And look, Fritz looks disappointed, right? Because he probably thought, hey, shit, I'm in this match, and then his leg kind of has given way. But Alcaraz has played a lot better than he did in that Labour Cup, for sure, as well. I don't know. I just think Fritz is he's onto something. I don't know what it is. Because he consistently seems to push Alcaraz. And look, and I'm saying this because if Fritz can figure out something, you know, when it comes to playing Alcaraz, maybe Sinner can borrow some tactics, right? You know, it's one of those things where if Fritz, like, you know, just kind of shows the way a little bit and shows the others, like, hey, if you play like this and you serve like this or you do this, it disrupts him, then the others can kind of take that on board and try and learn from that. All right, 15-all. All right, 15-all. As backhand from Alcaraz, cross court, slice from Fritz goes up. And then wide, 30-15. As the return goes in the volley of Alcaraz and he puts it away. And Fritz is not running for that one. All right, 40-15. All right, 40-15. As Alcaraz says a fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Fritz. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, who hits a win across court on that forehand side. And it's 5-1 Alcaraz. All right, 5-1. And again, if I'm Fritz, I'm probably not... Like, it would have been a different story had Alcaraz been playing like this in the first set and when Fritz, you know, wasn't hampered, right? And I don't want to keep on going on about Fritz's leg because it's not the reason he's losing, right? It's not helping him, but it's not the reason he's losing. He's losing because Alcaraz is better. But I don't think Fritz is going to leave this match going, oh man, I thought I knew how to beat him and now I'm back to square one. I don't think so. I don't think Fritz is going to leave this match disappointed at how he performed when it was, you know, in the first set. Disappointed that his body maybe let him down a bit, but I don't think Fritz would leave this match thinking, great, now I don't know how to beat him. All my confidence is lost. I don't think so. I don't think he's back to the start. I think he still probably believes if they play again, he'll still believe, okay, I can push this guy. As the return goes in the forehand of Fritz. Fritz overhits it though, 15-all. So tomorrow, by the way, we've got Sinner versus... Is it Medvedev or Tien? Who's winning? Medvedev. Well, Medvedev Sinner's an interesting match. That's an interesting match. All right, first there's a fault, second serve. There's a backhand return from Alcaraz, the forehand of Fritz. Oh, Fritz hit the line, 30-15. 30-15. As Fritz serves again. As the return goes into the forehand of Fritz. Fritz puts it away. 40-15. Oh, no, 40-15. It's already happening. I'm already seeing stupid comments. Oh, no. Oh, anyways, 40-15. First serve's a fault, second serve. People that watch like one game of this match who are giving opinions. I hate it. Oh, it's so annoying. You can tell from a mile away too. The people that watched like 3 points and said, "See, I told you," and you're like, "Bro, you didn't even watch the match." Oh man. Anyways, that goes out by Fritz. 40-30. See, look, Alcaraz is a god, and you're like, he is very good. Yes, he is. But you just got here and you didn't watch the first set. 40-30. 40-30. Ace down the tee. All right, Alcaraz going to serve the match. 5-2. 5-2. Was Fritz injured before the match or during the match? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, look, Fritz looks, since he had that medical timeout at the end of the first, he was like, he probably lost a little bit of belief that, well, I can't beat him. How am I going to beat him if I'm not 100%? Plus, Alcaraz is playing a hell of a lot better than he did at the Laver Cup, as we'd expect, right? When money and standing is at stakes, Carlos knows how to play smart. We're talking about Laver Cup, you get a shit ton of money if you win. Don't they win like $250,000 each or something if you win, the team? There's a heap of money on the line there, so I don't know what that means. By the way, I'll tell you what's really funny. Like, Laver Cup is more for fun than money. Oh, I mean, fun? I don't know about that. Asked that to Team World over the last couple of years. Alcaraz served for the championship. As he serves, a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve in the back of Fritz. Return goes back into Alcaraz. Fritz with the forehand. Nope. Alcaraz hit it long. Now, chat, I'm going to tell you this. If you want, and I've been listening to this guy a bit lately because I love his takes, and I agree with a lot of his takes. And it's not Gil. Go listen to Gil, obviously, but it's Intuitive Tennis. I don't know if you guys know Intuitive Tennis. Did a great breakdown of the Laver Cup match these guys played, and we'll probably do a break. I don't know. Maybe won't do it. Maybe we'll do a breakdown of this match, but definitely someone you should listen to because does great analysis, great post-match analysis, and we'll do a good breakdown of this. And I'm interested to see if what he says is similar to what I'm thinking as well. With that even though Fritz is probably going to lose this match, that it wasn't as disappointing as, it wasn't like a beatdown. That Fritz shouldn't feel disheartened by this. But again, I'm going to be interested to see because I'm going to have a listen. Because I'm so bad with names. Is it Nico from Intuitive Tennis? He does great breakdowns. I've listened to a lot of his stuff on like some of the big issues in tennis, and I tend to agree with a lot of what he says. So that helps. If you watch this channel, you don't agree with me, you're probably not going to like me very much and not going to like things. But I feel like Nicola. But he'll probably do do a breakdown of this match, and I do love, because he's obviously a coach and does a very thoughtful breakdown. And I like the way that he goes about it. As Alcaraz hits out 30-all. So I encourage you to go listen, because it's also free of emotion. It's not like a bias. He's very logical with the way that he goes about things, and that's why I like Gil as well. You know, there's a logic behind. It's not just like, I like this person, I'm going to tell you why. It's very, there's a very good analytic, breakdowns. All right, 30-all. So I'm going to be keen to see what he says about this because I don't know, I don't feel like Fritz should be that bothered. And a lot of people are going to say, see, Laver Cup doesn't matter. See, Fritz is not good, right? None of that is really true, because Fritz is good. And Fritz has pushed Alcaraz today up until the point of, Fritz's leg kind of gave way, which is a shame. He's got a break back pointy though, 30-40. But yeah, I definitely encourage you to go check him out. Talks about a lot of the big issues of tennis too. As with a backhand now from Alcaraz, into the backhand of Fritz on the stretch. Down the line, winner by Fritz. Okay. 5-3. Fritz gets a break back. Right at the death. Great backhand winner by Fritz down the line. Lovely backhand winner by Fritz. All right. 5-3. As Fritz serves an ace. 15-love. I tell you, 6-4, 6-4 is not a terrible result for Fritz. All things considered. 15-love. First serve is a fault, second serve. Yeah, Steve, let's not turn this into a debate whether or not Laver Cup is better than this and better than that. We don't need to do that. We did that last week and the week before, and it's a pain in the ass. We've done that already to death. We don't need to debate the legitimacy of the Laver Cup. It's annoying. It happens all the time, and we don't need to do it. 400 rally. As we just slice now into the forehand of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz in the net for 30-love. All right, Fritz hanging on. 30-love. Love. Over to 7 to the forehand of Alcaraz. Good return. Fritz gets it back, but it goes long. 30-15. All right, 30-15. I've got a fault from Fritz, second serve. 7 forward of Alcaraz. Return goes long, 40-15. 40-15. As Fritz serves again. An ace. All right, 5-4. Alcaraz is going to serve for this match again. I'll tell you another stat, though. I'll give you one more stat before Alcaraz comes out to serve for this again. And again, this is so. Again, I know Alcaraz fans are going to be tearing their hair out because I'm not talking about him enough. But Fritz in the first set, right? Something that we saw him do so well at the Laver Cup, and something that he really needed to do more of today was go to the net, right? Serve big, come to the net, all those things. Oh, wait, I can't find the stat. Oh, it's a 500 event. They're not going to show me. I was going to tell you the stats of the net points won, but I can't find them because it's a 500 and they don't do that. Damn it. I can tell you this. I don't think Fritz has gone to the net twice in this second set. It doesn't feel like Fritz has gone to the net at all in the second set. I'm trying to see if I can find the... yeah, I can't find net points won because it's a 500 event and they don't do that at the on the stats, unfortunately. Anyways, but yeah, something that he was doing obviously successfully at the Labour Cup, even successfully at the start of this match, was coming to the net, putting on that pressure. He hasn't done it in the second set because he doesn't want to use his leg that much, doesn't want to risk it, all that stuff, you know. But I wish I had that stat so I could give you the actual numbers. All right, here we go. Alcaraz is serving to win the championship. As Alcaraz serves, into the forehand of Fritz, to the backhand of Alcaraz. Fritz with the backhand, into the forehand of Alcaraz. As Fritz with the forehand goes in that Alcaraz backhand. Fritz with a slice. Alcaraz with a drop shot. Fritz is not going to run for it. Yeah, he can't push off. He's like, ugh, you got me. 15 love. This definitely isn't an easy win for Alcaraz. Taylor definitely giving Alcaraz a fight from the start. Yeah. I mean, Alcaraz fans, I was going to say, are you scared of Fritz? I wouldn't say that's probably not the right word. Like, and I'm talking to the Alcaraz fans here because I feel like I've been ignoring you for the match. Are you, I don't know if scared's the word, but are you wary of Fritz? Are you like, you know, are you worried about Fritz when Alcaraz plays him next time? Is Fritz somebody that you're kind of like, whoa, Alcaraz better be playing all right? Or is it someone that you're like, nah, Fritz has got nothing on my... Like, Alcaraz beats him, who cares? Great return from Fritz, 15-0. Like, are you guys... Maybe, again, don't fear Fritz, but is he somebody that, like, makes you nervous a little bit if they play it again? Or are you just like, whatever, I don't care? Backhand goes in the forehand of Fritz. Great shot from Fritz. Alcaraz gets a forehand but goes wide. 15-30. No one fears Fritz. Well, that's harsh. I wasn't asking you. Not a threat. Carlos has this. On grass, maybe. Anyways, 15-30. Fritz ain't done yet. As Alcaraz serves. Great serve down the tee. 30-0. Casper match would have been a better final. Oh, God, I hate when people say that. Oh, well, it would have been better for Ruud to be in the final. Okay. You're probably the same person that at the start of the Ruud match was saying, Alcaraz will win love and love. Ruud sucks. Like, the disrespect that Ruud got at the start of that match yesterday was ridiculous. People don't learn. Ruud is legit and scary. I don't understand. People just don't know. He's made 3 Grand Slam finals. What, by accident? All right. Lovely drop shot winner by Alcaraz. And Fritz just couldn't get there. He just couldn't run off it. He couldn't push off to go and get it. He's like, he tried, but he just had to pull up and say, no, I can't run for that. It was a crazy drop shot anyway, but he couldn't even attempt to get there because he just didn't have it in the legs. 40-30. Match point, championship point for Alcaraz. To get it done. He serves the forehand of Fritz. Return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. He hits another drop shot. And that is just too good. It's cruel, but it's good, and it's the craziest drop shot ever. Like, he has the greatest drop shot in tennis. And Alcaraz is like, look, I'm going to win this title. I don't want you to break me again. I'm going to hit 2 drop shots. I know you've got a bad leg. You're not running great. I'm going to do it anyway. And so he should. So he should. If someone's injured, you make him run. And Alcaraz wins the title in Tokyo. Wasn't the easiest week. He got injured in the first match, which definitely showed up at times. Not every match. He was fine in some matches. He looked better in others than some. But it definitely did, at times, look like he was sore. especially at the end of the Nakashima match. It looked like looked almost like he re-injured himself. Ruud pushed him. Fritz pushed him. So it wasn't the easiest title for Alcaraz to win. But he wins it anyway. Because he wins. He just does enough. He's clutch. He's clutch. By the way, what the hell happened to Medvedev? He was kicking ass and now he's on serve. What's going on? All right, GG's. He gets it done. Alcaraz gets it done. And now he's going to go to Shanghai with a pretty good draw. Like, Alcaraz's draw in Shanghai, pretty good. Doesn't have to play any of these guys until the final. So, I mean, Alcaraz's draw is... I mean, I would love to see Demon or Alcaraz the way that Demon played today. Love to see that Demon play Alcaraz next week or in Shanghai. That's what I want to see next week. I don't want to see any other matches with Alcaraz because Alcaraz is going to kill everyone except for maybe... I want to see Demon. Give Demon a shot at Alcaraz. He didn't get a shot at the Laver Cup because they chose other players. But I want to see Demonor versus Alcaraz quarterfinal. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about Musetti and Zverev and Alcaraz. I don't want to see those. Like whatever. Boo-hoo. They suck. They don't suck. They're great. Those matches stink. I don't want to see those matches. Musetti's injured. Zverev's not playing well. I want to see Demonor. Give me Demonor versus Alcaraz and I'll be happy to watch that. The result might make me cry. But I will be happy to watch that. Because I think Demonor, the way that he played against Sinner today, that's an interesting match on paper. Also, Medvedev might play Alcaraz in the fourth round, which, I mean, unless Medi completely loses the plot, I mean, that could be interesting. But I don't know. Demon, the way he played today against Alcaraz, is a really fun, high-level matchup. And especially because, like I said yesterday, you know, these are kind of previews into the ATP finals, right? These guys are all competing for the ATP finals. I would like FAA to play in the semis. FAA versus Alcaraz in the semis would be interesting, maybe. But, yeah. But anyways, Alcaraz's draw next week should be fun. We're going to watch him next week. In Shanghai, Sinner's got the worst draw down the bottom. He's got some real tough matches coming up. And he's also got to play tomorrow, Sinner, and win that match if he can. But Alcaraz wins. 9th final in a row. His, third title in a row? There you go. We don't care. We knew Alcaraz and Sinner were going to win. But Fritz and Demon will put up solid fights today. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I've been impressed. And look, in a week that everybody, you know, if you took the week off and you rocked up on the finals day and you went, oh, yeah, I knew they were all going to win. Okay, good for you. But I'll tell you this. Demonor today was super impressive. Ruud was super impressive. And Fritz was good today as well. So I feel like, again, Alcaraz and Sinner are for sure ahead of everybody else, right? It's them two, it's Sincaraz and everybody else, right? But Ruud, Demonor, Fritz have all shown they're not as far behind as maybe people think, right? They're not like, it's not like Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, Murray, and then like everybody else, right? It's not like that. There is a little bit more, it feels like there's a little bit less of a gap. They're definitely apart, right? It's definitely those guys and the rest. But I feel like this week we saw, you know, Demonor finally get a set off Sinner. We saw Ruud win the first set, which I think a lot of people were surprised. You know, Fritz again today in the first set was super competitive, and at the end of the match didn't disgrace himself by, you know, he put up a fight towards the end as well to keep it close. So I don't know. I feel like these guys are not, and look, we're at the part of the year where everyone's tired, right? Even the best players are tired. Sinner had a problem with his leg today. Alcaraz rolled his ankle at the start of the week, right? Fritz has had a problem with his leg. You know, everyone's tired. So maybe it's that time of the year as well where maybe the best players in the world are given, you know, are not going to be sharp from start to finish like they were at the start of the season. But I don't know. I feel like these guys this week, the most impressive thing was that Ruud and Demonor and Fritz, you know, they took on Alcaraz and Sinner and they didn't look too bad. They didn't get embarrassed. You know, so that's going to be interesting going into the next part of the season, like the end of the season, to see if if anybody else can sort of compete against these guys. Maybe not beat them, right? Because at the end of the day, if you win, it doesn't matter if that was close. Well, a win's a win. But to compete against them, I think is interesting. I think Sinner will have an opportunity to get more points next week because he lost against Alcaraz in Beijing. Yeah, if Sinner wins Beijing tomorrow, then he'll close the gap in points slightly. Yeah. Yeah, Fraser, his ranking stays the same. We've had really good challenges against the top two. They haven't run away with things. Yeah, exactly. I think that's good. That's good for it's good for the sport. It's good that we have, yes, Sincaraz, we love Sincaraz. We love that rivalry. It's great. But, the last week we've had three guys that are outside of that group that have been that have put up a good fight, and not embarrassed themselves and not been embarrassed by them. When a lot of people, the shit talking, and I was nervous for Demon Orr, but the people that were talking all that shit about Demon against Sinner going, it's a double bagel, just move on. And also Ruud against Alcaraz yesterday, the amount of shit talk we were hearing before that match begun, no chance, Ruud. He's got no chance. He should have just retired. Even today, Fritz, I think a lot of people were thinking, Fritz is going to get bageled. He's no good. It was 4-4. That was competitive. So I'm glad it was. No worries. Z, we'll see you later. Medi hasn't dropped a set all week? That's crazy. That's Medvedev Sinner tomorrow is crazy. If Medvedev doesn't fuck it up. Right now, he's down love 30. You are a delusion of Fritz? What do you mean I'm a delusion of Fritz? What does Fritz? I don't think Fritz knows who I am. Fans who aren't humble can pollute the energy around the player? What do you mean? Does Medi have a good chance against Sinner? He's got to win first, but he could still lose against TN. We'll wait until that match is over and then we'll talk about it. I don't see any one of these guys, Sinner beating Alcaraz a Grand Sinner, Sinner beating it. Yeah, but that's the thing. All right, so but we're not talking about Grand Slams because there's no Grand Slams for the rest of the year. We're talking about the rest of the year. The ATP Finals. We're talking about Paris. We're talking about Shanghai, right? Yeah, okay. Could these guys, could Fritz, Demon Orr, and Ruud beat Alcaraz and Sinner at a Grand Slam? Probably not. We're not talking about that though. We're talking about competitive at the end of the year because after the US Open, I think we all thought, it's only these two guys and nobody else is going to come close. It's every time they play, they're going to win and then they're going to play each other and that's it. But this week, I think we saw that in best of three for the end of the year, maybe it's not going to be Sincaraz sweeping it through, right? Maybe there is going to be opportunities for these guys. We're not talking about Grand Slams. Yeah, Grand Slams are 5 sets. They're totally different. I'm talking about the end of the year. Like the next 2 months. That I think there's 3 guys this week that proved, all right, maybe it's not going to be a Sincaraz sweep to end the year. Maybe there is going to be an opportunity for one of those lower ranked guys to push them, Tien breaks back. That match is going 5-3. You're overestimating Fritz? I feel like you're underestimating Fritz. He's not number 5 because he paid to be there. Nobody can expect Cam's been watching tennis. You've been talking tennis. Nobody here except Cam has been watching tennis. Colin, you lost me. What? I know who you're talking about too. players are figuring out Alcaraz. I know for sure next year someone's winning a title other than them. I feel like it's still yet to be. Again, context. End of the season, everyone's tired, right? Even Alcaraz and Sinner they're not looking as sharp as they were in the middle of the year, right? Everyone's tired. So there's going to be opportunity, though. That's going to give an opportunity to players that are less tired, right? Maybe De Minaur and Ruud are less tired, which is why they were more competitive, because Sinner and Alcaraz were, they played a lot of tennis, Sinner and Alcaraz, right? But it's going to be really interesting if one of them got a win against those guys, because then it's going to, people are going to be like, what the hell? It makes the rest of the year really exciting. That's what I'm getting at. If you're an Alcaraz or Sinner fan, I know, okay, well, you want your guy to just sweep, right? But for neutral fans, we want competition. We want something interesting to happen. We don't want to just watch a match and go, we just got to wait for the final because nobody else cares. I want to see Ruud and De Minaur and Fritz be competitive against those guys, and maybe even sneak a win, because that makes it interesting for the rest of the year. For neutral fans, if it's just predictable, it's boring. I think Alcaraz will get stale for neutrals if they sweep most tournaments. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have it as easy. I mean, if this week's anything to go by, I don't think they're going to have it as easy as they have had it, which is good, because it's good to see those guys get tested, because we're going to see them get better if they get tested. If they don't get tested, then they're not going to be better. They're just going to play the same, and we're just going to be like, they just do the same thing. I tell you, I want to see Shelton. I hope Shelton's back healthy, because Shelton having a couple of weeks off and getting that shoulder right, coming back with some energy, Shelton could be really interesting on these fast hard courts coming up. Shelton's going to be fun. Throw one of these guys to Shelton. Let's see what that looks like at this point, right? Hopefully Shelton's back to full fitness. I don't know if he is, but hopefully Shelton's back to what he was. Before was Medvedev cramping or what's he doing? Is Medvedev's arm cramping? No, he's just pointing at the line. What's he doing? What happened to Medvedev? What happened? What's going on with Medvedev? His arm's cramping. Is his forearm cramping? I think Medvedev's cramping. That's not good. Oh, yeah. So Medvedev's left arm, I think, is cramping, or just seized up. And he said his hand went like this, so it's got to be cramp. It's got that sounds. That's cramp. That's definitely cramp, right? Yeah, Medvedev's arms are cramping. That's not good. His hand cramps. Yeah, that's not good. Cam acting like Sinner and Alcaraz have won every tournament this year. Well, haven't they? Yeah, they have, haven't they? They have. Hello? No, they haven't. Pretty sure they have. Pretty sure they have, every tournament. They have, though, right? Yeah. Good. Okay, I thought I was the only one that watches tennis. They've won everything, yeah. God, Medvedev might not be able to play in a final set if his body's cramping. Shelton might shake things up. Oh, man, I would love that. I would love a Shelton shake-up to end the year. That'd be so fun. Who's your current 3 and 4 in the world? It's Djokovic and Fritz, but I'm just trying to figure out which order. I want to say Fritz. Oh man, it's hard. It's hard to put Fritz at 3 when Djokovic is when he plays, he makes the semis, right? Or the slams anyway. It's definitely those two, though. Those two are the third and fourth best players. Because Zverev, since the Australian Open final, has not been the same. Fritz has been better. Djokovic 3, yeah, because Djokovic doesn't play enough. That's why it's hard to say. Like, Djokovic 3, because he makes the semis of slams, only loses to the 2. So I'll say Djokovic 3, Fritz 4, but it's very, like, it's only, if Djokovic played more, he would definitely be 3. But Fritz at 4, ahead of Zverev. But yeah, those two guys. I think Zverev is unlucky. It's maybe, again, recency, but it doesn't feel like Zverev has been, Australian Open was great. Post-Australian Open wasn't great. He didn't play great on clay. I mean, Fritz didn't play great on clay either, but I think post-French Open, Fritz is better than Zverev. So maybe it's a bit of recency, but I think post-Roland Garros, Fritz, pre-Roland Garros, maybe Zverev. So recency would say Fritz. And Zverev at 5, yeah. That would be my... Yeah. Oh, Medvedev's cramping up a storm, man. He is struggling. Djokovic 3, Fritz 4, Zverev 5, my opinion. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking that too. Because if Djokovic played more, he'd probably be doing better than Fritz. But because Djokovic hasn't played, it's hard to go, oh, well, Fritz has been more active, so we kind of have more to go off. But yeah, Djokovic, had he played more, maybe he'd probably be 3. And then Fritz at 4. Shelton is coming into the next tournament with energy. Yeah, I hope he's not got any lingering issues with the shoulder. I would if Shelton comes in fresh and firing, that's going to be scary. And I'm so for it. I'm so for it. That would be really fun. Yeah, Medvedev's in big trouble. His body's letting him down. Yeah, I didn't say Shelton's number 5. What are you talking about? Shelton 5. Nobody said that. Yeah, it looks like it might be. Look, Medvedev is winning still, but he'll have to get a second wind in the third if he goes 3. Yeah, Djokovic over Fritz. Yeah. Djokovic 3, Fritz 4. That sounds reasonable. I can be on board with that. It's just that Djokovic hasn't been as active. That's why it's hard to. Because outside the slams, what has Djokovic done? Miami final, won Geneva. You're like, okay. What has Fritz done though? He's won a few more titles, right? Made some big final. Played some good tennis. Yeah. It's just that Djokovic hasn't been as active, so it's a little bit harder to. But yeah, Djokovic 3, Fritz 4, Zverev 5. Draper not 5 because Draper's out. If Draper had played, maybe, but Draper hasn't played. So I can't put Draper at 5. Since the French Open, Draper's been injured, right? So how do you put him in there? I mean, you can't. And plus, he's not playing for the rest of the year, so I think he's off the list for now. Yeah, I'm not watching Medvedev. I'm out of here. Bye. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all again. We've got a big day with. Actually, let me. I know you're all asking when's Eala playing. I'll tell you. Hang on. Wait. Stop yelling at me. Hang on. I'll find out for you in a second. Stop asking me about Eala. I get it. We're gonna watch her tomorrow. Don't worry about it. What time is she playing? She is not playing tomorrow, so we're not going to watch her. Sorry. Oh, wait, she is playing tomorrow. I lied. Haha, tricked you. But she is playing on court 3, and I don't know if I can watch it. That's a problem. She's playing on court 3, so I don't know if I can watch that. That's not great. But she's playing later tomorrow, so... But we'll watch her. We'll watch her. I know you're excited. I know you're excited. Stop thanking me. We're watching it, don't you worry. I'll never let you down. We'll never let you down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got you covered.
Menace in the matches.
Hey, thank you, Brian, for the $2. Viva!
Why don't Med's shots feel as powerful as Sinker's?
Because they're not. Because he doesn't hit as hard. Jay.
LFG Carlos. Thomas. Thanks, Cam. The dude is having an amazing year.
Yeah.
So happy for his success and growth as a player. Witnessing in real time the growth of a champion.
Oh, yeah.
See you in Shanghai, Cam.
All right, I'll see you. Yep, we're going to Shanghai. Cypher.
Has Agassi ever done coaching outside of exhibition events? He has such a great knowledge of the game.
Yeah, not like... He's done like mentoring, but not really like full coaching. But thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5, Jay. Thank you for the $2, Viva. And thank you, Brian, as well. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Because we've got Sinner versus somebody. Might be Medvedev, might be Tian. One of them is going to play Sinner tomorrow. And then we've also got Swiatek tomorrow as well. And other matches too. I haven't figured out what to watch. But I'll see you tomorrow. Alcaraz wins the title in Tokyo. 6-4, 6-4 against Fritz.